Hey guys, I'm Ricks here, and today we're going to be going into another Minifig Monday episode. And as you can tell in front of you, what we're going to be looking at is General Erwin Rommel from World War II, and this, of course, is a minifigure from the Minifig Co. This was actually released back during 2020's Black Friday Cyber Monday release. I hopefully got that correct. So that makes this minifig about, I guess it would be 4 to 5 months old now. So, it's been quite some time since its release, and I felt that, it was about time for me to do a review and a Minifig Monday episode on it. So if we move him off of his little stud and we move him a little bit closer, what you immediately see on the front of his body is that he has this kind of emblematic white jacket, and then he also has the binoculars that he was often seen using throughout the battlefield when he was commanding his forces in Africa. And what you see, what I really like about this figure, should I say, is that kind of the blending of the white jacket and the dark tan pants, I think really works well together. One thing that I think is great is that the white on the dark tan Lego colored legs is not kind of faded or discolored in any way. It actually looks like a true white, which I think, has been some issues for some companies, including TMC in the past, where there's been tinting or stuff like that. I think that this white actually came out quite well. What you see also, of course, is further detailing around the collar, and then some awards on, I guess it would be the left side of his jacket, and then on the right side as well. If you move to the side, let me actually twist up his arm as usual. You can see the typical detailing at the end of the arm, or I guess where would be his cuff on his hand. And then you see red stripes going down his leg. If I move this back a little bit more, red stripes on the leg with a pocket, and then some black and gray boots. What you also see is that on the back of the figure, if he stops rocking, is that you kind of just have a very simple back of the jacket, just kind of accenting where it might fold when someone's actually wearing it, and kind of the stitching that might go on it. And of course, the belt is continued from the front. And then if we look at the left side of the figure, what you can see again is that kind of cuff detailing. And then again, looking down at the pants, you have the red stripes, you have the pocket, and then you have the black and gray boots. So if we go back to the front, what you can see is that he has a dark tan cap, which kind of has these gold and black detailings on it, which I think really make it stand out and make it unique. It really makes it kind of unique to this fig type of cap, which I think is great, especially for a minifig that was as exclusive as this one was. I don't think that they're planning on remaking this. I might be wrong, but I do believe that it was a one-time release for 2020's Black Friday Cyber Monday. We shall see, of course, because it could release again, but we don't know for sure. Additionally, what you see is we have a custom face. He has these, gray eyebrows along with kind of a stressed looking, I guess stressed and downtrodden looking face. So, it's nice to get a unique head as well on this figure. So all in all, people say, hey, are minifigures really worth their price point? And of course, let's take into account this figure was, I believe, around $30. So if you think of kind of premium Brickmania figures that come with 3D printing, they're usually around $27. So this is a little bit more expensive than some of Brickmania's, premium top of the line stuff. But in my opinion, what you're paying for is you're paying for the exclusivity and kind of the small batch nature of this fig. I'm sure that they made, they didn't make hundreds upon hundreds of these. They probably made, I don't know, maybe 100 or 150 in total. So because it's such a small batch, of course, it's going to be more expensive to produce something small like that. It's much easier to produce something in mass, and it's less expensive per unit if you're producing in mass as opposed to, a small batch. So, that makes sense to me. I think the price makes sense to me. Of course, you also get the head and you get the custom cap as well, which add to the value. So I think that all in all, this figure was worth it. I'm glad that I have it in the collection. I think that, if you're into World War II at all, this is, one of those types of figures that you need just because the African theater was such a famous portion of the war, and Rommel was such, a large figure in this war, and has, his legacy and kind of his strategy and tactics and what happened during the war kind of have lived beyond, of course, World War II. So, it's kind of an important historical thing to kind of know, in my opinion. As you know, I'm not a big World War II collector, but I felt like this figure, especially since it was kind of like, an exclusive one-time thing, I felt like it was necessary for me to have it. it's just something cool to have in the collection. I think that's really what it is. I don't plan on making any, World War II Africa mocks or anything like that. So I don't think guys should be prepared for that in the future. But, this is really just going for the collection, as I've said, multiple times now. And that's where it will stay. So anyways, I appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. I think that this is one of the first Minifig Monday episodes I've done in quite a while. So, nice to have some new variation. But anyways, as always, like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and I'll catch you next time.